guys, it's the DD Text podcast back again with another video. But before we get started, take a look at this. As you can see, we're at the Emirates Stadium. Look at the amazing atmosphere. And in today's video, I am going to be going to both Arsenal and Real Madrid fans to see their point of view of the Champions League quarter-final game. What do you think about the game today?
It's a big game. I've been waiting for a game like this because it hasn't happened since 20-something years. I think it's going to be a goal fest today. I really do think so. I think it's going to be like a 3-2 Arsenal win. Late winner, hopefully. Yeah. I do hope for a late winner, but it's going to be an exciting game.
Do you think Arsenal can play all the way and win the Champions League?
I do believe so. Easily. I'm going to see them in Munich. For sure.
So, do you think Arsenal, they have a good back line, but do you think the attackers of Real Madrid, like Mbappe and Vinicius, can still break them down?
Mbappe has it.
So, you're up against Arsenal. Do you think there's anything to fear going up against Arsenal?
No.
So you think it's an easy win? So what are your predictions for the game again?
I'm going for 3-1 and it's going to be 3-1.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. What's your predictions for the game today?
I think Real Madrid are going to attack Arsenal. We usually beat teams that are placeless. So I think it's going to be like let's say 5-0.
So looking at the attackers like Vinicius and Mbappe, do you think Arsenal have anything to fear?
No. We have world-class defenders. I say it's going to be 5 home, 5 away. 5 plus 5, 10 on aggregate. So I wait to win.
So thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the game.
Definitely.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, and how do you think the game is going to be today?
I think 2-1 win for
Arsenal. So Real Madrid have players like Vinicius and Mbappe and Rodrigo. Do you think there'll be a threat to the Arsenal back line?
Yeah, of course. Without Gabriel, it's going to be a problem. But I think we can.
So do you think Arsenal can go all the way in the Champions League?
Yes, of course.
And how important do you think now that Bukayo Saka is actually to lead the team and inspire a huge result in the game today?
I think he's really important. He's our most important player.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. This is an amazing panel. How do you think the game is going to go today?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great because it's almost 9 years we have never met Real Madrid in the Champions League. Yeah. This is the second time or third time we're meeting there. We have a lot of good achievement between them. Definitely we win.
Yeah, really? Hopefully. So do you think Mbappe, Vinicius, Bellingham?
No, we don't fear anybody. I watch their game. I think Saturday or Sunday, I watch them. What they are playing, no, they can't stand out. We beat them, definitely. Everything is zero.
We know.
Yeah, 3-0. Saka all the way. We have Party, Thomas Tepart. I'm a Ghanaian, so I support my man. So they can rise, they will do everything. So hopefully, I believe in my boys. Yeah. So today we win, definitely 3-0.
How important do you think this first leg is going into the Bernabeu in the second leg?
Yeah, Bernabeu is quite different, Real Madrid in terms of Champions League, we have good achievement. We are the most successful team based on Champions League aspect. Yeah. It's going to be very difficult, but I believe in my boys. I believe in my boys. I believe them.
So thank you for your time.
Thank you, bro. Have a nice day.
My name is Frank.
And how do you think the game's going to be between Real Madrid and Arsenal?
With my heart and this boy.
2-1 to Arsenal? Yeah, and do you not fear any of Real Madrid's attacking, like Vinicius, Rodrigo, Bellingham,
Yeah, they are very good. But our defense is also very good. But, we have one player off today.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Yeah, and perhaps we can have White today because I'm afraid for White now. I don't want to have a Kivio today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for your time. It's been amazing.
Yes.
I think Real Madrid win. Vinicius, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Bellingham. Do you think they can overcome Arsenal's defense line?
Yeah, I think they can do a good game today and use great the rest of
In Real Madrid, who's your favourite player?
Favorite player, Bellingham. Bellingham.
Rodrigo. Thank you. Stian. And how do you think the game's going to go today?
Oh man, it's a tough one.
But I think Real Madrid just lost the last home game. So I think we're in for a tough.
So do you not feel like Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, because they do have a lot of attacking threat, and do you think Arsenal can handle it in this game?
Losing Gabriel in the Fulham game was a tough one. But still, man, you just gotta believe, man. You just gotta believe in it. Right?
Yeah, I agree. So do you have any like match predictions for the game today and the scoreline?
Well, I'll be optimistic. I'll give it a 2-0 win.
So do you think Arsenal could go all the way in the Champions League?
I believe,
Thank you for your time. And how do you think the game's going to go today?
I'm thinking Arsenal are going to win 2-0.
So, are you aware that Real Madrid have attackers like Vinicius, Rodrigo, Mbappe, Bellingham? Do you feel like Arsenal should have anything to fear?
I don't know. We'll see.
And the injury of Gabriel, how important do you think it can be in this game today?
It's going to be tough, but I think we should have to be enough still.
And do you think it's possible that Arsenal can go all the way in the Champions League?
If we're going to win this one, we will, and I think it will.
So now Saka coming back from injury, how important do you think that having someone like Bukayo Saka to be in the best of their game, how important do you think that could be for the whole Arsenal team?
I think Saka is the one who is going to start make and help the other guy to make team to go forward.
Thank you. Boy, Arsenal did not let the fans down, and personally, they didn't let me down. So that, what are your thoughts of the game today?
Wow, what a game. This was a great game.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I mean, the way Arsenal played today, the way they moved the ball, the way they controlled the game.
Yeah.
I was like, is this really Real Madrid?
What?
I was so happy.
Yeah. Like you said, I agree, because the way Arsenal, we were moving the ball, the way the momentum switched after the first goal, and we were really dictating the game, controlling the tempo, we were dominating the midfield duels, and I feel like that midfield area was what was going to win us that game today, because although Real Madrid have an amazing attack, but so do Arsenal. They have a good defence, but so do Arsenal. But can Arsenal really be strong in that midfield areas and block off people like Jude Bellingham and Luka Modric for finding the spaces and stop them from pulling the strings? And yes, we did that today, and I feel like that was what won us the game, as well as the two spectacular free kicks from Declan Rice. And again, like you said, I had myself thinking, is this really Real Madrid? Because the way we were popping the ball around and we were dictating the play, and as we saw the Camavinga red card, we really frustrated the Real Madrid players. So that in this game today, who was your standout player and why?
Wow, my standard player today will go to Declan Rice.
Wow.
What a free kick.
Really?
Those free kick was out of this world. Now I know the reason Arsenal smashed 100 and something million to get Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Those free kicks are world class.
World class. In a game like this, in an occasion like this, in the big Champions League, as soon as Declan Rice scored the first free kick, I was like, okay, Declan, I didn't know you had this in your locker. And then that free kick was amazing. We saw the set piece coach. He went like that, thinking, could Declan Rice do that? And Declan Rice delivered. But the second free kick, which was more impressive, because I'm sure now, after scoring such a free kick of that quality, and Declan Rice having another free kick, many people would feel like, could Declan Rice do it again? Was it a fluke? Does he have it in his locker? And boy, he had it in his locker, because the way he wrapped that free kick into the top right corner against one of the best, goalkeepers in Thibaut Courtois. I don't think even three keepers in that goal could save that, because it was that much of a brilliant free kick. And I feel like that's how champions are made, and Declan Rice is a champion. I love his mentality, his determination, his work rate, and that's why we splashed the bank for Declan Rice, because that's when the big players step up, and that's why Declan Rice is such a big player for Arsenal, and he's just a quality player. The free kick. Obviously, there were other really honourable mentions for people like Miles Lewis-Skelly, because he did so well to keep Rodrigo quiet, because what we saw Rodrigo do against Man City just shows how technical and talented and tricky Rodrigo is. And I feel like Miles Lewis-Skelly, he did a job, because he was strong, he was mentally confident, because I feel like as a young player going against other established players like Rodrigo, Mbappe, Vinicius, you really need to have confidence in your own game, knowing that I will never let these people take my shine. And Miles Lewis-Skelly did not let Rodrigo take his shine, and he showed why he is an Arsenal lad and will forever stand strong in the Arsenal hearts. And I feel like it was an amazing performance. Mikel Merino also scored an amazing goal with the way he finished it, because again, it was a really good performance from Mikel Merino, because the goal, I feel like that third goal was the goal that killed it off, and it was a brilliant finish because again it was from the assist from Miles Lewis-Skelly, and he cut it back, and the way he whipped it round the defender, he used the defender, to whip it round into the bottom corner. It was an amazing finish. So then, how do you think about the goal from Mika Morena? What do you think he did today that really stood out to you?
Yeah, today Mika Morena, he was so amazing today. His work rate, he's getting involved in everything. Marking, pressing and all that.
I agree.
The goal he scored,
amazing.
Wow, that was a great goal. The way he wrapped the goal up, so today I will give him credit for his performance. He did very well.
I agree. Talking about credit, with the way Arsenal set up the momentum, our game plan to shut down the Real Madrid attacking stars, do you think Mikel Arteta deserves any of the plaudits and the credit in this game today?
I think all the credit should go to Arteta because the way he set up, as a young manager, I think this is the biggest game of his career. And he proved everybody wrong. The way he managed to keep his calm and set up the team.
I agree.
He did very, very well. I give all the credit to Arteta.
To be honest, I feel like this was a huge test for Mikel Arteta, and it was a test for me because I feel like this was, like I was saying to you earlier, like this game against Real Madrid will show where Arsenal are. Like if we got humiliated today, it will be like Arsenal need to go back to the drawing board and rethink. But this game today showed that Arsenal are a big team. We saw it against Man City, and we know that now Arsenal, because if Arsenal wants to be at that level of competing with the best teams, we needed to beat Real Madrid, or not even necessarily Real Madrid. We needed to beat a big Champions League competing team, and we did that today. And I feel like Mikel Arteta deserves all of the credit, specifically today. Although Declan Rice did score the 2 amazing free kicks, but I feel like the way he set up, he is again, like you said, Mikel Arteta is a young manager, and but he was in the same dugout as Carlo Ancelotti, one of the best managers of all time, and I feel like Arteta didn't feel intimidated by Carlo Ancelotti today. He was passing on the instructions. He was the one bringing the momentum, raising the atmosphere in the crowd, and I feel like Arteta just did amazing to show the importance and to give that atmosphere to the players to push that quality performance. Talking about performance from someone who's been missing for large proportions of the season, and of course he came off injured, but I don't really feel like it's a bad injury. I feel like it's more of we don't want to make it worse, let's just give him a rest. We're 3-0 up. Bukayo Saka, our wonder boy, he's been out for so long, and how much of an impact do you think he made in this game today?
Wow, Saka is the great player. I was so happy to see Saka in the starting lineup again for Arsenal. But at the first half he was so quiet. He was taking his time, maybe reading the game, trying to understand how to play. But second half, we see the real Bukayo Saka.
I agree.
Where he cut in and caused those 2 free kicks. They can't do nothing but to foul him. That showed that he is our star boy, and he is back. I'm so happy to see Saka back.
Like you said again, he's back. But I love the way in the first half, although people would say he was quiet, I think of it psychologically, and I feel like this is a huge psychological test for someone like Bukayo Saka, because Saka is our best player, and you would need him running with the ball, trying to drive. But don't forget, he has come back from an injury, so this is a huge test for someone like Saka. How can he handle it psychologically? Because we are relying on him to produce something, to create chances, as well as someone has just needing to take it easy. But in the first half, I feel like Saka was calculating. He was up against someone like David Alaba. Alaba Alaba has been facing a lot of injuries this season, but I feel like Alaba is really experienced. So even if Saka wanted to try and run, Alaba could have used his experience and maybe blocked him off, shut him down with all of this IQ in the game. Or Saka could have just used his agility. He's younger, he has more energy, more energetic, and just run. So I feel like Bukayo Saka was calculating in the first half, so in the second half he can raise the storm, and that's exactly what he did. Because in the second half he really brought a new fire. He was cutting in, committing, like you said. He's the one that got fouled for the 2 free kicks, and that was just epitome for the whole second half, because Saka was amazing in the second half. He came off injured. I'm not really too concerned. I feel like it's more of something like, because he's done his job, we don't want to do too much. Maybe just bring on Trossard and keep him fit and ready for the Brentford game on Saturday. But overall, I feel like Bukayo Saka did really well. So then, we are now 3-0 up, going to the Bernabeu. Do you think this tie is done and dusted? And do you really think Arsenal, if we can look at Real Madrid, can go all the way?
I don't think that it's over yet. Because Arsenal still going away. So at Real Madrid, you never say never.
Exactly.
So I believe Arsenal should go there and be focused and keep it tight. If they're gonna pack boss, I don't mind.
Exactly.
But going to, if they could be able to beat Real Madrid at this time, I think Arsenal could go all the way.
Exactly, I agree, because like you said, I feel like the main thing now is focus. We've done the hard thing in the first leg, you know, to get all of the goals. Now, if we want to go over to the Bernabeu and part of the bus, we have to do it properly. Whatever we do in the Bernabeu, if it's to press, we need to press as a team. If it's to park the bus and maybe keep it tight, we need to do it as a team. We need to remain switched on and focused, because Real Madrid have players that can change the game with one touch, with a pass, with one step over, with one skill, and that's what Real Madrid have in abundance with Vinicius, Rodrigo, Mbappe. And I feel like that's just something that we just need to switch on, because remember a few seasons ago we saw it against Real Madrid and Man City, where Rodrigo just came on within like 3 minutes, he equalized and made it 2-2, and Real Madrid ended up to go through. And that's what Real Madrid can do. Like I said before, Real Madrid don't always have to play well, you know, to be able to just sneak through. Like we saw in the previous leg against Atletico Madrid, they didn't play to their best, but again, they snuck through. This is the Real Madrid, and this is their Champions Leagues. They've won it 15 times and they know how to do it. So I feel like to stop Real Madrid from trying to sneak through, I feel like Arsenal just need to remain focused. Don't get too excited, because there's still another 90 minutes to go. And if we can get through this 90 minutes, the real party can start. So Mikel Arteta should tell the players to stay switched on, remain humble, don't get overexcited, because remember, this is Real Madrid. If you like it or not, this is their competition, and they can always find a way, unless you remain, you know, concentrated and determined to win. You've been amazing. Guys, that's it for the DD Text podcast. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's DD Text out.